time. Instead, you told me lies when someone else was on your mind. What you do to me? Look what you did to me. I thought that you were someone who would do me right until you play with my emotions and you made me cry. What you do to me? Hello, yes, we're live. I'm singing Whitney Houston.
Yes.
Do it to me, baby. Heartbreak Hotel. I love that song.
Oh, babe. All right, so last where we left off, Edgeworth wanted to make himself guilty because he believes he was the one who threw the gun and caused the gun to shoot at his father. So,
This was the
fine. All right. December 28th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 2.
I thought that you were someone who would do me right until you play with my emotions and you made. Just let me wait till the song's over. It's almost over. What you did to me. I wanted your love. All I really wanted was someone. Said you told me lies when someone else was on your mind. Did me right. Look what you did to me. I thought that you were someone who would do me right. Uh, Everybody should go listen to Heartbreak Hotel. It's such a good song. Take what you did. I ain't gonna take it.
Oh, God.
She ain't gonna
I'm not
take
sure
it.
what to do with my earbuds because my earbuds are plugged into my microphone because.
Why?
Um,
All right then.
well, it's because I moved my laptop and then, because I did that, I had my earbuds disconnected and I didn't want to have to restart my laptop because there's something wrong with the audio drivers on this piece of crap. Well,
No.
it's actually not a piece of crap. It's actually a pretty good laptop. It's just its audio drivers are a little weird, and I have to restart my laptop in order for it to recognize that my earbuds are plugged in. So that's fun.
Oh yeah. All right. Anyway.
But it automatically recognizes that they're plugged in if I have them plugged into my microphone. So that's always good. Anyways, let's go on.
I
Last where I
guess
left off, Edgeworth declared himself guilty.
we already went through that. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, pal. I mean, you kill your dad. I didn't want to believe it myself, detective, but it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Ooh, Edgeworth's a masochist. Sadomasochist. Anyway, uh, murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy. Just crazy. Huh? Nick, what are you doing?
Huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready.
Your case for what?
Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court. Like how he has to add that in court. Like the fact that he confessed to it doesn't matter. He confessed to it in court.
In court. Legally binding by the court of law. Anyway, I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare.
What? What?
It's just a dream. It's not for real. Not necessarily. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me.
Ooh, right.
Ooh, whoa.
You don't get to say ooh, woo.
Oh, whoa.
No. Bad
Oh,
boyfriend.
whoa, he whispered.
I am hanging up on you.
Please, no, babe.
I am hanging over the red button of death.
December 28th, 2:30 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 3.
It's almost New
Smack.
Year's.
Yes.
Past New Year's now here, but meh.
Yes.
We should have been playing this on December 28th, but whatever.
Then I would like to resume our trial.
Judge, Miles Edgeworth admitted his own guilt. He confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony, then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book.
I see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Ding. Will Miles Edgeworth please take to the stand?
Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I am a raging bottom. I mean, prosecuting attorney. Mr.
Would he
Edgeworth.
be a raging bottom or just a power bottom?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. He's honestly, I don't think there are any tops in the. Well, no good tops anyway. Von Karma is obviously a top, but who wants Von Karma? Gross. Um, well, I take it back. There are people with with really mean daddy kinks, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe, yes.
But no, I think literally Gumshoe's a dumb himbo bottom. Phoenix is just a
I was about
bottom
to
in
say he would be a
general.
himbo verse.
I don't know. I don't think because I think he would be too busy going through fucking someone and being like, "Oh, did I hurt you? What am I doing? You know what? I think
I
it's
was
better
about
if
to
I just
say
lay
someone would
here."
like to someone would just ride him and be like, "Shut up."
And he'd be like, okay." Yeah,
Maybe he would just be a
yeah.
sub.
This is why our channels are not for kids.
Definitely.
YouTube's like, make sure your channel's not for kids. Yeah, we're talking about animated characters and the way they might fuck in gay sex. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we're for children.
Yeah, I was
And
about
yeah,
to say, at least in this game, there aren't any real tops. There's the Dominatrix, who pops up later in the series.
that's in the second and third game. She is absolutely a dominatrix mistress,
Yes.
BDSM top.
Her life is a scene. She makes it her career as a lawyer.
So what? You haven't met her yet. You don't know her life.
Other people
Wait
haven't
till she starts.
consented to being a part of her scene, basically.
Just you don't know. Maybe she'll whip you into shape. Just let her do her job.
Oh, God.
Yeah, just wait. Maybe I'll get a whip. Whip, 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 whip. I don't know why I'm trying to just say.
I'm trying to remember what's
I'm trying.
the
Like I know it's.
sticks and stones may break my bones, but chains and whips excite me.
Really have to try and remember that. That's a very iconic
It was the
song.
first part of it that I forgot. The chains and whips excite me was what I
He's
remembered immediately.
he's very very iconic song.
It is a very iconic song
It's
and a fun
amazing.
one.
It's a very amazing song that people were like, "How dare she do something like this?" And it's like, "Oh, why not? It's great. Whatever." We're gonna be here all day. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. I testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Like how the gun fired in midair.
It can happen.
Depends on the gun.
Well, this is the 2019s, but taking place back in 2002. Who knows what their idea of guns were?
I guess yes.
Or I should say, this game took place in 2019, but was made in 2002. Like I said, they don't. Who knows? Anyway, not like guns have changed that much, but it's like people always have a weird thought of the future in some. But I also think it's funny in some aspects, like the beginning of the second case, where and this case I think there are a couple. But when you see people's phones in these games, that the fact that they're still
Flip
Like,
phones, yeah,
well, flip
smartphones hadn't
phones are
been remotely
flip phones are those
idealized yet.
giant brick phones or like flip phones, and it's just sort of a funny thing to be like, yes, flip phones are going to all still be the dominant phone in the 2010s and 2019.
They had no idea what direction it would go. Of course,
No,
they
I
wouldn't
know.
know.
Of course they didn't, but I just think that's funny. It's like it's that thing that dates it, but it doesn't really. But it doesn't necessarily. It doesn't date it, but it doesn't date it because technically flip phones and brick phones are. Well, I don't know, but brick phones are still a thing. But I know flip phones are still a thing in 2019 because a lot of the older people generation have their. They like to use more flip phones, so they always have that as an option for the more older generation.
Yeah, at one point it was thought that phones would generally just get more and more powerful, but they would stay about the same size or maybe get slightly smaller as batteries got smaller.
They're kind of doing that. I mean, they're staying about they got bigger, but now that they're smartphones, they all seem to stay the same size. Although they're
I'm
trying to make them bigger for some fucking reason.
Yeah, it was mostly about broadcast range, which
God,
now that we have filled
remember
radio
that one
frequencies and everything,
phone
no, that's
that
never going to happen.
somebody
We are
made
never
that
going to
was like
have
so
giant sat
fucking.
phones that are like
Except
that
there was that
everywhere.
one giant, but there was that no, there was that one giant ass smartphone that had a battery that was the size of like like a small shoe.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah,
Not like
it was
common ones,
recent.
new ones.
Well, it wasn't common. It was just something that was like it had like a 30-day battery life.
Yes, that was
Yeah,
mostly about just kind of making it look insane, honestly.
which it was, yes. Do what you want with my body. Do what you want. Don't stop, let's party. What? I'm still listening to music. Fuck off.
Oh, babe.
Don't worry, I'm listening to the good version, not with R. Kelly. What you want about me? If you're wondering that I'm not. This song, I don't. I mean, again, R. Kelly, bad person after all. That song was a fucking banger with or without R. Kelly. So,
Yeah.
although I will say R. Kelly's part, I think flows better than Christina Aguilera's part. But I'm not going to listen to his music. He's a fucking piece of shit. But she worked with him, but she apologized for it and took all the streaming services or took the song with his version off of all the streaming services, which is good. But it's just like I always thought his version, because I mean he was the original intended artist for it, so it flows better than the remix with Christina, I think. But
Mm.
still, Lady Gaga and Christina Aguilera is a pretty damn impressive duet
Oh,
pairing
yeah.
because they're both big artists.
Yes. They
Yeah,
also have pretty good complementary
vocal
voices.
ranges, yeah. But there's a difference because I think Gaga has her like she can just do simple pop. Not to say that Christina can't do simple pop, but I think nowadays Christina is more known for that, and she continues to do that. Where, although I have, maybe she hasn't. I don't know. I haven't listened to her newest album. I might. I don't know. Honestly, I'm just waiting for Nicki Minaj to finally raise back from the dead so we can get some more jokes about these. I don't have to listen to their albums. I can just watch the Nicki Minaj show and just see the jokes about the album.
Yes.
Oh, I miss all those shows. Please come back. We're getting off topic, but that's the only way we're going to make this 2 hours. Um, where the hell am I? Oh, please, please. Okay. DL6 incident. Oh, God. Witness testimony. No, I have to read more. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. Ooh. Edgeworth has a daddy kink. As he went to leave, a daddy kink, actually, in that case. As he went to leave,
Daddy issues.
I mean, he assumes he killed his father. That's probably one of the biggest daddy issues I could think of.
Yeah.
An earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my fleet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot and then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all.
Hmm. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream.
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out. Then what does that mean? How much oxygen is really in an elevator that it runs out in 5 hours if there's three people in there?
Um, it was in the elevator and maybe part of the elevator shaft.
But even still, wouldn't you be able to at least open the elevator doors a little bit that there would be enough room from the shaft itself where there's oxygen that can come in?
I wonder. I'm thinking.
Or the top area if they still do elevators still do that? now modern elevators have that top thing where you can just pop it open and
Most of them do have some sort of a drop ceiling, yes. That might be the only reason why they had so much air, but um, I'm wondering. I don't know. That's a bit of a plot hole.
see, I love pointing out plot holes because it's like, whatever. Anyway, and I listen to me. Bah, the same claim as Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Oh, that's
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Cross examination, the DL6 incident.
okay.
Directive, please. Oh, babe. You're cute when you dance.
Thank you. It'd be better if we were dancing together.
Yes.
Anyway, a moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream.
Press on that, please.
No. We present.
Present.
What do we present? I'm gonna give you what you want. Time is waiting. This was honestly such a good mashup. You know what
We
that
still have
second
all
one
the
is?
original case data, basically.
I haven't used Rave in forever. You know, it's so funny how Rave was like the whole Drag Race server and everybody was using it for like a month, maybe not even a month, and then everybody just said, fuck it, who cares anymore? Which I think is so funny. What I need is a you intervention. Yeah.
The murder weapon was fired twice.
Uh huh. But he only heard a single gunshot. I'm gonna give you what you want.
The case file.
1 minute to save a world. Oh, good.
Objection!
You did
Are you
that
sure you
without
only heard
my
one
help.
gunshot?
Oh, I'm so proud you've learned. You did that all without my help.
I read it, but I didn't read it aloud.
Well, I meant you did that without me having to tell you specifically to do the DL case file,
Yes, of course.
which is, it's that's all I can ask is that you don't always have to rely on me.
Yes, yes. I had
Not
an idea of what to do because there's very little evidence in our actual court record about the DL6 incident, so.
I mean, duh, or not duh, but more like
Yeah.
not surprising. It's like, yeah. Anyway, where the hell is it?
Yes, I'm sure of that.
No, I know. I had to get back to the. Okay, yes, I'm sure that I heard the shot and the scream, and then everything faded. I was unconscious till the rest until the rescuers came.
I see.
Uh, uh,
But that doesn't make sense. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
he really just loves shouting objection at any old thing, doesn't he?
He does, just like Phoenix.
Yeah, but with him,
Although
it's
generally it's because Phoenix is objecting with actual
something
evidence.
exactly. Von Karma's objecting because he wants to object. Anyway,
Yes.
you do enjoy dragging this out, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it was on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony?
Victim data.
Oop, he did his research, ladies and gentlemen.
It's because I just read the fucking file. Look at the victim data in this file.
But I'm just saying, you did your research.
It says it's quite plainly the murder weapon was fired twice.
Ooh.
Gasp!
Yes.
Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the second shot?
More objecting because I have nothing better to do.
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot?
More objecting. Fuck you all. Your Honor, I'm sure you're aware the incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not when the second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
Excuse me. That's not how court records usually work. I see, I
This is
see. You do have a
also,
point, Mr. Wright.
I mean, this is again the mid 2000s trying to explain the mid, you know what I mean? This is
Even then, ballistics was smart enough. You wouldn't say, oh, the pistol was fired twice, was missing 2 bullets. Was it just loaded with 1 bullet less than necessary? Or to fully
maybe,
fill the chamber?
maybe,
No, they wouldn't know based on just testing the goddamn gun barrel.
maybe. Ah,
You can tell how old it is just based on the oxidation of the residue left in the gun barrel.
yeah,
We
I
could
know.
do that in the 90s.
Well, this was not the 90s. This was
Yes,
a crooked court case,
in the
and
2000s or the late
well,
two.
this took place in the 2010s, but
Yes, I know. It was written in the 2000s, so you have to keep that state of mind. Yes, it's
do
technically
we?
written to be in the future, but
Do
still.
we? Do we?
One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case?
No, I'm kidding. Yes,
Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof.
what? Impossible. But do you know what it is now? I
Now,
don't
now,
know.
Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident?
Do you have it?
Photograph of the scene of the murder?
Uh, DL6 incident photo?
DL6 incident photo.
Yes.
That is it?
Yeah.
Lovely. Take that. Look at this photograph.
Oh,
That was botched. Anyway, this is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So, let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where? Your Honor, please, please get a clue. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo.
but do you know what the contradiction in the photo is?
The broken glass in the door.
Yes.
Present. Take that. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here, in the glass. I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door, not splattered with blood. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Order, order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other one hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. Objection.
Stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand, Mr. Wright. Look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
The case summary, that's on page 1.
Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found at the scene. If the pistol had been indeed fired 2 times, the other bullet would have discovered on the scene.
He does have a point.
That second bullet has never been found. Why? Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. That bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is a matter of the truth, the whole truth. It is undoubtedly something else that made the bullet hole in this door. Oh yes, because many things make holes that are literally look like bullet holes. Yeah. Order. Oh, that changed.
He even called it a fucking bullet hole. Order? I will have order.
Bullet hole.
Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of that incident. However, as Mr. Van Carbus says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So, all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. How about I stare into your soul for a little while, babe?
As every tick he just gets closer. We're slowly staring at each other closer and closer. Weirdos.
I don't know. Alright, anyway.
I praised the judge for his wisdom in the matter.
How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident?
Yes. What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection, Nick?
I'm sorry, Maya.
Oh, good. Bryn's typing in the stage. That means we'll be getting a challenge soon.
Fine.
I assume so. He had to go see that Broadway show.
Broadway!
Broadway. Hurry up. I want to know what the challenge is. I want to get a challenge so I can enter my thing and be done. I always enter my stuff quick. Anyway, I'm sorry, what? What?
It looks like I was wrong.
Nick?
If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing.
No. You said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent, Nick.
I'm sorry. It's just when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else, who fired the killing shot. But now I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years.
Nick.
Well, it seems we have finally cleared up this incident, and yet you haven't, because that one bullet was pulled out of Gregory Edgeworth's heart. Where the hell did that other bullet hole come from?
Good question.
Anyway,
I know the answer to that. The question is, will you figure it out?
did it just fall into the elevator shaft?
Nothing is that simple, darling.
Oh. That would make sense, though. Heavy steel doors in front of the normal elevator. Yeah.
It depends on where the actual... It may not have necessarily been in front of the steel door. Or it may not have been in front of any steel. They might have been on a floor where the... Something... My point is, you'll see.
Oh boy, it's gonna be a weird thing, isn't it?
Not really. More just shocking. Anyway,
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only one bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
I mean, maybe. Precisely.
I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, I have been.
Do you have any objections?
No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention?
Yes, I did. Oh no, he's confessing.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here.
Right now.
Oh, stretching.
Indeed. Does anyone have any objections?
Ah!
I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright?
I have an objection!
I have an objection. Your Honor. I object. Oh, shut up, Von Karma.
That should be if we ever get a soundboard. Miss, don't you roll your eyes at me. Delicious food.
And what's up, Doc?
Some people shouldn't try to imitate legends. You are one of them.
What's up, Doc?
Oh God,
That was even worse.
that was
I
your.
can just feel.
That was your caretaker voice trying to do a Bugs Bunny voice. What have you done? Oh God, Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object?
Oof.
Must insert Roblox. Oof.
Oof.
Nick.
I don't know. His case is perfect. Yeah. It must exist.
No, me.
Oh.
It must exist. The second bullet.
Hmm? What? What did you just say?
Nothing.
The second bullet must exist. But where?
Someone took it.
It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor! The second bullet. It exists. What? But we've just had proof that it did not, in fact, exist. I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer.
But it's like, the murderer. Objection. The murderer. Then tell us, just who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet. Why would he?
Oh God, Bryn's still typing. This is going to either be another. He's either having typing problems, or this is going to be an extremely extra challenge, and I don't want another one of them.
Editing for clarification constantly.
I hope so. I don't need another Greek challenge. I mean, I get it. It's Broadway. It's supposed to be extra, but I need to stop with the extra challenges. I only have so many looks. And so do you.
Yeah, especially me.
I mean, you have stuff. You have stuff from season 2, season 1, season 3, plus fashion looks, I guess, but less than I have, definitely.
First of all, how would he have done it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
Let's see.
The murderer had to find it, or the murderer didn't need it?
The murderer didn't need it.
The murderer didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Bah! The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Had
to take it.
Had to take it. The murderer. What does that mean?
You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take that bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance... For instance, what? Maybe the bullet hit the murderer? The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know?
Things are
Wait a second.
happening.
I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's what really happened?
Oh God, this is so long. I told you he was typing forever. Oh God.
Oh
Oh
boy.
wow. Hi, not gonna lie, it's intermission. Jesus Christ, it's only intermission at the show. And I've decided none of y'all want a team challenge. Yes. Oh no. But that would really be the only thing that makes sense. Been decided inspired by long lyric challenge and we've done too many. Now so my top 12 this week, your challenges inspired by the musical Come From Away. I want to see on the go fashion. All of the characters in the show are either from Northern Canada or have dressed for flying, so they're not exactly wearing their Sunday best. I want to see some looks that are both fashionable and could believably worn on a journey somewhere. I'm sure you'll get what I mean. Your lip sync theme is songs released after 9/11 because the musical takes place throughout the days immediately following the disaster. Would I prefer songs released before 2010 so we can keep it in one decade? Yes. Your deadline's a little over 24 hours, but it's essentially more like 26 because we're doing this mega back to motel after seeing another musical tomorrow.
Oh boy. Fine. We're talking about an internet competition for those watching back and
Also,
who have no
Discord,
idea what we're talking
Discord
about.
fashion rushes. There's
Yes.
plenty of them, but we happen to be in one. Basically, the gist of it is you take a celebrity or drag queen or a certain person, animated object, depending on the rush and how crazy they let you get with the character choosing,
Yes.
and you basically go through different prompts, fashions, this and that, this and this, and play it. I've won already.
Yes, yes, you
I've
did.
I've only been and I've seen them for the longest time, but I never played them because I didn't think I'd do well. And then my first one, I made it all the way to the top 5, still having the best score out of everybody left in the top 4, including the winner because I'm just that good. Then I was so depressed, but I came back right after for the Christmas special as the same character, literally destroyed the competition with every fiber of my being, and now have the best score in the entire Russia's history, and am also sitting as a crowned winner for the Queen Madonna.
Yes. You did very well as Madonna.
Win, 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 high, safe, win, win, say, or high, win, one bottom, win, advance, win, winner.
Yeah.
With the exception of that, even with that one bottom, I still have the best score in the entire Russia's history.
Yeah, you do. You did pretty fucking well.
What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins, 2 highs, 1 safe, 1 bottom.
Hot
Uh,
damn.
I literally I basically was Chad Michaels in All Stars. Why? That's the way Brennan said it. Is that I was basically I Chad Michaels. I came back. I my run is essentially Alaska. I think from All Stars 2, but my story is very Chad Michaels. Of I made it either in the top or very close to the top with a very decent score, and then I immediately came back the season after for an All Star special, which is what Chad did. He did season 4 and then came back for All Stars 1 immediately after. And the season,
Yes.
I mean, I'm not saying the season was made for me. That season was made for Chad to win. This season just happened to be mine to win.
You
I'm
did pretty
proud.
well, and it's like it fell into place very nicely for you.
Yes, it did. I know it's like I don't want to brag, but like pretty well is like, oh, I just happened to win with a cute score. I have the best score in the Russia's history, and that is 13 seasons plus 3 All Star seasons. So, well, 2
Yeah.
All Star seasons and a Christmas special, but the Christmas special is basically All Stars, but not All Stars, but it's basically All Stars.
Yes, it was a Christmas themed All
It
Stars,
was like if somebody took
minus the All
Drag
Stars
Race.
glitz.
I get it. It was like if someone took the Drag Race Christmas special and actually stretched it out to a full series instead of
Yes.
just the one episode. But yeah, that's 13 seasons and 3 All Stars, and I have now the best score in the entire history.
Yeah. And I was in the top of that season as well
Season
that Andrew
before
got
me.
eliminated with Madonna in.
That was the
And
first season I was playing. That was my first ever season as Madonna,
yeah.
and Guy played as Manila Lujon and made top 4 with like the third best score, I think. No, fourth, because I had the best. No, third. Yeah, third, because I had the best score, 6.91, and then Dis had 6.88, and they won, and then you had 6.25.
Mm.
The fact that I still had the best score out of literally everybody left in the top 5, and
I
I
mean,
got
it
eliminated
was
in top 5, it's so depressing.
oh,
But
to
it worked worked out for
Quote
me because I
Bryn,
got to come back. I got to come back and fuck up and fucking destroy All Stars. So I'm fine with that.
yeah, to quote Bryn, it was snatched right out from underneath you.
No, their words were, "I was robbed at fucking gunpoint."
Yeah.
But again, then I came back, absolutely demolished All Stars with a giant fucking sledgehammer, and yeah, and it worked out in my favor because there were a lot of prizes for um, the All Star special, so I got to win
Yes.
money and stuff. Technically, I didn't actually win any money. You got the money prize because I gave you my gift card because I don't use iTunes, so I
Yes.
gave you that.
And I bought 2 books with it.
Yeah, I got Disney Plus.
Yes,
So
yes, you did.
and eventually, whenever it comes out, I'll get HBO Max. So those are nice prizes.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Even though I'm literally using Disney Plus for nothing else but binge watching The Simpsons. Just binge watching The Simpsons from the beginning until season 30. I'm like, this is my use of Disney Plus. Simpsons. And occasionally Muppet stuff. Anywhoozle.
Muppet
Where the
necking
hell are we?
aside,
Where the hell are we?
let me get this straight. So at the time of the murder, the murderer himself was shot, and he left with the second bullet still inside, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime. Yes. I guess that's how it would work, yes.
I like I was just, yes?
But there's a
Okay.
problem with that. The other 2 people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes.
Oh? Two men fight inside the elevator, trying to stop. I'm going to make this like a movie announcer. Two men fight inside an elevator, trying to stop them. The boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges. Again, how, if since he likes to point out it was flying in the air. And the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator doors and see the men inside.
That's why they survived.
I mean, duh.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved in the incident was wounded. There was no murderer.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone.
Hey, Nick.
Huh?
I just thought of something really crazy.
Crazy?
You remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Wow. You see, that's a real on both of them, man. It was just first of all because it took it a minute years to be practical. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock?
But took it because he was injured.
Which would mean it's time
It
to
could only mean one thing.
it's time to Scooby
Bam,
Doo.
bam, bam.
He was the murderer in the DL6 incident.
He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth.
It was Von Karma.
Oh, man. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. Oop.
Oh, good job.
No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Could you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now?
Say it. Say it.
Say it.
Yes. Anyway, say it.
Say it now. Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect.
Dun 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 dun.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. The what? Von Karma!
Von Karma.
His fucking evil face. You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? Sitting right there?
Bah! Humbug.
You don't object?
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months, starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So you're claiming I took a vacation to heal my injury. Fascinating. Prove it. I would need a surgery, no? Where did I go into the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated me. Have him testify.
Ugh.
No, Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use.
Edgeworth?
I know Von Karma. Perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave doctor as a witness.
Nobody's that perfect.
So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself?
Metal detector!
Oh, wow. He figured it out before I had to tell him. He's getting good at that.
No, he couldn't have. You couldn't just pull bullets out of yourself. You know. Wait a minute. Does that mean that bullet has to be somewhere? But
Ooh.
where?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence that I was shot? All right, Von Karma.
Show evidence?
Duh.
Yeah. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much.
What?
The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... metal detector.
Yes, come on. You
Take
should...
that.
Why do
Von
you have
Karma
to
is
keep
perfect.
asking
He
me?
wouldn't risk surgery leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself as well.
Did?
You don't mean what I think you mean. I do.
Ooh, he do.
There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside of Von Karma.
Ooh.
Is that even possible for all these years? Yes it is. Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find.
Objection. I refuse.
You refuse. But refusing this means... you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you? Order. Order, order. Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector.
Objection. I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy.
Objection. The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here and right now. Enough.
Yes.
I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean?
I don't know, but we have to give it a shot.
And I... Oop.
And oop. Beep, 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 beep. Something's inside his right shoulder. Must be the bullet.
And oopa.
Mr. Von Karma?
You. It was you. I'm afraid I was afraid this would happen. And so I remained silent. Indeed, there was a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. To claim the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6.
But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is you who must prove something here, Mr. Wright, not I.
Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it?
Dear.
Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6?
Of course he can't. You don't have any DL6 evidence.
That's because you took all of it from the records room yesterday.
Did he, though?
Well, except for the file that we have.
It wasn't a file. What did Maya grab when she tackled Von Karma?
The bullet!
Exactly.
Da 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 da! Also, hello, Lucas. Spaghetti!
Really? Did you have to say it like that?
It's in caps, so it's
Oh, all right,
spaghetti!
Just
I'm
say
saying it
right
away
into
from the
the
microphone
mic.
because,
Just say it right into the mic, why don't you?
Spaghetti.
Don't do that. Love how that's. Oh, he just happens to. Hello, yes, hello, Lucas. Spaghetti! Spaghetti. Spaghetti.
Somebody touched my spaghetti.
Oh my god, don't.
Anyway, you want to continue reading Von Karma, please?
Where am I? With no proof, no crime, so sorry, Mr. Wright.
How are you guys? I'm good.
We're good. How are you?
Yes, how are you? No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
Whoa, what?
You were close. One day away from freedom. You see, I have proof.
What?
Who would have thought you would have dug your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. DL6 bullet. Right?
Why do you keep asking me? You already figured this out.
Well, I mean, it's a matter of fact, like, sometimes these games are weird.
No, not in this case. Come on. And
Okay.
Lucas,
I'm
it's fine.
fine.
That's
Yes,
good.
that's good.
Good.
That's
Watching.
a bullet.
Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DO6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact.
Ballistic markings.
You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets, then if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth.
Finally, chapter 3 takes.
Yes. Is this your first playthrough, or are you playing the game? He's replaying. This is my first time.
Yeah, this is his first playthrough. I've played through the entire, well, almost the entire trilogy. Everything but the last game, the 6th game on the 3DS. But I played everything else.
Yes. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma, will you undergo surgery in the courtroom?
Scream. That scream.
Everyone has their composure, more or less.
Yeah, right. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know.
Was that the scream he heard?
Maybe. Help. No, wait. I don't remember. Who is this? No.
Help! I can't breathe!
Quiet. No, that's Yogi. Quiet, I say, quiet.
Stop
No.
breathing my air! I'll stop you! Stop breathing my air!
Get away from my father. Then
Bang!
drag. That scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. Gasp.
Mr. Von Karma?
I'm not in the mood to do all this yelling. Edgeworth, only you would dare defy me. So it was you. You and your father are my curse. Your father
He's
shamed me
just
with a
banging his
penalty.
head against that wall.
Yeah, just wait. You shamed me with a penalty on my record, and you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death, death. And he just keeps.
Oh my god.
Yeah, fucking bangs his head in, pretty much.
15 years earlier.
Mr. Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you'll have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth. It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me, penalized? It took me hours to gain composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. What hour is it for you? It's 9 o'clock for me, 8 o'clock for him.
Mm-hmm. Different time zones.
Different time zones. Yep. I went out in the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button and nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened. Before my eyes, I saw three people inside, all laying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. And I... Tisk, tisk, tisk. Who would have thought?
Hold on. I'm still catching up because this was... Yeah,
Slow.
I know. Alright, now resume.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Who would have thought another man would come have opened that elevator door? Judge!
What?
What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it.
Very well. It appears that we have come a very, very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
you were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare.
I guess so. Yes,
This
Your
court
Honor.
finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Not,
not guilty. Yay!
Cheering. Confetti. Because that's allowed.
That is all. The court is adjourned. The court case of Mr. Von Karma will be decided in the next 2 days. Something like that, probably.
Or maybe who cares and they'll just let him go.
I doubt that, but yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, court is still able to proceed until like 9.
Who cares?
Anyway, December 28th, 5:38 p.m. Wow, they've been at this for a long while. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
Nick. Oh, we did it. Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed. I gotta say, I'm impressed.
It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it.
I know. I was on the verge of tears the whole time. It's all just a good memory.
So, it's finally over, Edgeworth.
Right?
Yeah?
I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. I see. Thank you, right? You're
You're
welcome.
welcome.
I think you could have done a little better than that. Oof. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You've got a lot to learn, Edgeworth.
Dear, dear Maya.
Whoop! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down again a bit this month, but who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Whoop! I feel foolish. Don't worry. Give it a little bit of time. You'll get used to it.
It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded.
Hey,
Oh
y'all.
my gosh, it's Lana again!
Lotta. Y'all were great in there.
Thank you.
Yo, Edgeworth. Congrats. Thank you very much. I know you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh?
Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lana?
Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick.
Really? That's too bad.
Huh? Isn't that hot dog guy from the park?
Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Beyonce. She's gone to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Larry. Yo, Edgy, there you are.
Yes, here I am.
Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift for me in celebration.
Celebration? That's unusual to you. Harry Butts! You'll come along too tonight. My treat, pal.
Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think it'll be fine, Larry.
Right.
Yeah? What's up?
The envelope that Larry gave to me. It's got money on in it.
Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes.
It's $38, right?
What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly?
Nick, wasn't exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school?
$38? No! Larry! That was you!
What are you so surprised about, right?
Huh?
Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect.
What?
Think back to that day, 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored. He came into school anyway. How do you do that? That's elementary school. How do you take the day off and then come in anyway because you're bored? Anyway, then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history.
I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you?
Uh, I suspected. Just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember?
Yeah, too well.
Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's the butts.
I know.
Really, right? I'm surprised you didn't figure it out.
Well, this is sure an unexpected turn of events, eh? I don't even know what voice I'm doing for Larry right now.
No, you really should go back to the very first video so you can actually fucking remember what it is.
Yeah. Edgeworth?
Hmm?
You should have told me.
Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out on Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes.
There you have it. What does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did.
Well, I'd call you a goody two-shoes to the extreme.
Oh. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. Death. The death sentence for both of you. Man, if only I had known I'd have become a prosecutor.
The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I
Oh.
thought that I might have killed my own father. Thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself, because again, sadomasochism. If I
Oh.
had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all.
Edgeworth.
Want to kiss, right? Switch. Hey, y'all, line up. I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time. Let's go. And after that, dinner on me.
Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, although Edgeworth was still in detention.
He shouldn't be, but meh. December 29th, 5:02 a.m.
Wright and Co. law offices. Dun dun. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. Hmm? Oh, what's this? A letter?
Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium. For starters, I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick.
Oh, Maya. Goodbye. What time is it? Yeah, the first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station. I guess I'm too late.
Hey, Nick!
Maya!
Ellipses, 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 ellipses.
So, you're leaving?
Yeah, it's hard being a spirit medium and who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Hold it!
Hold it! Wait!
What?
I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help.
Huh?
On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister?
Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything.
Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze.
Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped.
But you don't know what that is, probably.
Show Maya some evidence that will cheer her up.
What evidence? You
The
only get one
bullet
shot?
that she got.
Yes, the DL6 bullet.
A bullet?
A bullet?
Von Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6, but you were the one who rescued that last piece of evidence that we actually needed. This
So,
was
I
the
mean, that
bullet that
really
put an
begs
end
the
to Von
question:
Karma.
What if she had saved a different piece of evidence and not the bullet?
Who knows?
Exactly. Whatever. Anyway.
And you were the one who gave it to me.
Nick,
Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you.
I'll be back soon.
Huh?
I'm gonna complete my training and come back.
Okay. I'll be waiting.
Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless.
I don't know about that.
So bye, bitch.
Bye.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Maya.
Now we're gonna get a whole bunch of stuff. And so my story ends, except it doesn't, because technically this is where the story was going to end in the GBA version, but then we have the extra case for the DS version. But I'm not going to start that till next week, because I'm not in the mood to do anymore now that we finished this case. I don't think we need to go into the next case.
Oh.
Especially
Okay.
because of how different it's going to be.
Oh boy.
Because, well, again, different. Remember, that's the one that was made specifically for the DS.
Right.
That was also like 7 or 8 plus years later.
Oh boy.
So, anyway, And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. This is supposed to be Phoenix talking.
Oh, yeah. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney I once was. Now a new story begins with the same old crazy cast of characters.
Pretty much. Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. Judge.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim? Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. Objection.
And now we get a bunch of vignettes of people. Hey, pal.
Fun.
Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Whoop, Detective Gumshoe. And then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh?
That is so funny, but so adorable. Edgeworth is now much more endearing.
Yes.
Huh? Nick? Nah, haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working in a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she not exactly what you would call a cheap date. Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah.
Hi, vey. And we're going to be seeing some people we haven't seen in a little while. So, which means I have to go back to doing some voices I didn't want to have to do.
Oh my god.
Tell me when is he showing up?
Pain.
Oh, right! Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's busy lately. Not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for some reason they always make Pain the first one you have to encounter in all the
Oh, bellboy.
the first casts or the first cases. He's always like the first one you. Eventually they get an Edgeworth or a Von Karma or something in the other ones, but it's so strange. Anyway, right, the defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for him. Yes, I don't remember the voice I did for him. Oh, you should know I've taken over management for the Gatewater Hotel. You should be in the area. Please stop by.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but yeah, he's always the first one.
Ahem.
Oh yes. Oh, you, Phoenix Wright. Steady. What do you know? I wonder how to do it. I've seen him right. All the days of my youth, like the 21st 11. Guess who's coming up next?
Lot of heart.
No, she comes a little bit later.
Oh no. Oh no, it's gonna be Crazy Boob Lady.
No.
Nope, it's Old Mag.
Phoenix Wright. I don't remember the voice I did for her. He's an actor. Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Did you know they're finally putting out some of the Amazon movies on DVD, and one of the box set things you can buy nowadays? Not that I know what a DVD is, and we use three-letter words for just about everything these days. How am I supposed to keep it straight anyway now?
Oh my god. Will Powers.
I'm pleased to announce that Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal. Sniff. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public until the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams.
Oh, because he's the Pink Princess?
No, because he's still. I mean, he's not ugly. I'd fuck him, but he's still not. Because the Steel Samurai's in the Pink Princess show, but people don't. Anyway,
Oh.
oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. It sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but I didn't have time. So I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She said she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place she living at anyway? I said, fuck it, I'll just give her the actual Penny's voice.
Yeah. That's okay, that's fine.
You can do this one.
Oh? Oh, yeah. Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess. All right. But, I snuck into the studio the other day, and I saw her. The one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ah, what a dog. It was kind of a shock for a boy my tender age.
Rude bitch.
Oh, no.
Anyway, last one.
This will be a lot of...
Yeah, I remember right. That lawyer guy. Oh, me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there's a ghost for real. Now that's talent. I'm going to be famous. And now you finally get to see the family photo that everybody's in, and the ghost that she's actually a ghost. Although technically it's a spirit, but.
Oh, it's gonna be Mia.
Yes. once the photo presents.
Aww.
Yes.
Maya isn't completely worthless as a medium.
No. Anyway.
Hold it! Oh boy. Rise from the Ashes. A
That'll
brand
be
new episode has been added.
that'll be next time.
Yes.
Even this is a little early for us, but what can you do?
I was about to say we could fill
I don't want to.
the next 40 minutes with a different game.
I don't unless there's a good game. But you still need to download Death Row 2 Canada, and you haven't. We could have been doing Death Row 2 Canada, but you haven't been doing. You should have downloaded it by now.
Yes, I realize that. Um well,
Yeah, that's what I thought. That will be your next order of business is to download that.
speaking of downloads, I just downloaded Finding Paradise in the Long Dark onto my laptop today. So hopefully I can record I can record Finding Paradise. That one's a short game. That's the sequel of To the Moon, basically. And the Long Dark, I actually need to just start recording that, and then just yeah.
Anyway, we'll be coming, yes, but next will be Rise from the Ashes, the final episode.
Yes, because Phoenix.
Ace Attorney. It is an extra episode for the internationally released Nintendo DS version of the game. It was not present in the original Japan-only release on the Game Boy Advance. It is also the longest episode in the Ace Attorney series to date.
Oh my god!
3 investigation chapters and 7 trial chapters.
Holy fuck!
Having the player carry more evidence in their court record than any other episode in the main series of Ace Attorney games.
What the fuck?
This episode also features touchscreen-oriented gameplay that allows the player to examine evidence from any angle, spray luminol fluid to see bloodstains, and dust for fingerprints.
Fun!
Yep. This is set 2 months after the events of Turnabout Goodbye.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Great!
This is gonna take a while.
Yeah, isn't this already episode 13?
And we still have 2 more games. 4 more, technically.
Yay! This is what happens when we have really, really long games.
Yeah, what the hell are you gonna do? It keeps content coming.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Hmm?
Rise from the Ashes is the only English episode title in the entire series, minus Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, that does not contain the word turnabout in its English name. The exceptions in the crossover are due to the game's adoption of the Professor Layton game's chapter structure.
Yes.
So, yeah. Let's see if there's anything.
Interesting.
Unlike other episodes of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, no episode selection picture is unlocked from beating Rise of the Ashes on the Nintendo DS or Nintendo 3DS version. However, one is unlocked in Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy HD, because of course it is. Rise from the Ashes is also the only episode of the original Phoenix Wright trilogy to not star any of the Fays as a main character. Rise from the Ashes also contains a rare moment in which evidence presented during a testimony gives a unique response, but does not progress the storyline. Ooh.
Odd.
We'll come back to that maybe. Anyway, with the exception of the Japanese title, Rise from the Ashes is the first episode, and so far the only one in the main series, to not have Turnabout in its name. So, yeah. Anyway, but that'll be next time.
Yeah. Alrighty then. So, hopefully you enjoyed this slightly shorter episode of 2GaysStream, the Ace Attorney series. We hope
Maybe
you
all
enjoyed.
these grammar mistakes that are fixed in the trilogy, but we won't get to see them fixed because we're playing the original. There'll
Yeah.
be some grammar mistakes, like in the Phoenix described the true nature, saying, "In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through THREW, the air, flew
Yeah.
through stuff like that." Or this are decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. Oh lord!
Yeah, we've ran into a couple of those already, haven't we?
And I guess they were all fixed in the trilogy, but we haven't been able to say this or do this.
Yep.
Fun.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Super excited. Let's get anyway. But that's for next week.
Yes, yes. All right, so
Patience.
that was basically right on the mic. All right. Thank you
Good
so much for
job.
watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave likes, subscribe if you want to see more streams from me and Andrew. Check out my channel for all the rest of the stuff that we have done, that I have done. You can check out Andrew's channel as well. You can hit the notification bell for notifications as to when I go live or when I've uploaded a new video.
Yeah,
By the way, there was a new video uploaded just today. Another coming out on top.
it's porn, but luckily there's no porn, so you kids can watch that episode. All right.
Yep.
Oh, anyway. But yeah, that'll do it for us. We'll see you in the next upload or not upload or
The next stream.
yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I'm
Yes.
kidding. I'm fine. Yeah. I don't know anymore.
Yes. So,
I
thank you so
just
much for watching. One last time, this is Guy Smith and
Andrew B.
Yep. Signing off. Until next time, take care. We'll see you guys. Bye.